Have you ever been in a situation where there's another dude flirting with your girl? Oh, yeah, right in front of you, man. Maybe he didn't see you, but he's flirting with your woman. What do you do? Oh, yeah. So, this video, I'm going to go into not only what happened to me just recently, and that's why it inspired me to do this video, but what you should do in a situation where there's a guy clearly flirting with your woman, and you better get this right because if you don't get this right, she's either going to see you as a beta and a doormat, or she's going to see you as toxic masculinity. All right. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Kane. I'm the Silver Bachelor. This channel is 100% dedicated to dating advice for old guys. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button and the notification button because I'm dropping videos every week. But first, I created a free ebook and a free audiobook that's helping you to get better with dating younger women. You can get that in the link in the description. And also, I'm considering doing a weekly coaching call for the low price of 20 bucks a month. You can attend any of these sessions each week, cancel anytime. And we're going to be a group of guys on a Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. We're going to cover a specific topic each week, and I'm going to welcome comments and questions from the guys that are on the session, and you can also check that out from the same link. All right, let's get into this video. So here you are at some networking event, some party, doesn't matter where. And some dude decides to take it upon himself to start flirting with your woman. Maybe you've just left for a quick second to go to the restroom. You come back and there's somebody, boom, hitting on your girl. Or it's some other situation. But the bottom line is, how do you handle that in the right way? Okay. So, first, I'm going to share a story on what happened to me a couple weeks ago. And then I'm going to tell you how I handled it and my recommendations for you. Okay. So, first of all, if you haven't seen my other videos, one of the hobbies I have is I DJ, right? I DJ for fun. I get paid for it as well, but I do private parties, I do restaurants and some other things, whatever. Just keep myself busy, and I'm pretty good at it, and I like doing it. So imagine this penthouse situation. Friend of mine who's got this penthouse, and he's like, "Hey man, it would be cool if you DJ'd, and not like you have to DJ the whole time, but we're gonna have food, we're gonna have drinks, it's gonna be a great time, party. You up for it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man, that sounds awesome." So he's like, just play like some chill kind of vibey, swanky EDM music. I'm like, all right, cool. So I got my girl. She comes over with me, and where I set up, I was like in the. I mean, he's got a big place, so it was like in the kitchen, living room, kind of open concept kind of thing. So I'm off to the side, and she's sitting in a chair not far from me. So this random dude who I've never seen him before, it doesn't matter, and he because I started playing some Latin music. So, in Latin culture, if you're not familiar with this, that it's pretty common for men and women that don't really know each other to dance salsa specifically. Not so much bachata, but like salsa. Pretty common that a guy will ask a girl to dance, or it's not really the girl that asks the guy, but it's usually so. I wasn't bothered by this where he just randomly saw her and he's like, "Hey, do you want to dance some salsa with me?" So I'm like, "Oh, doesn't." I'm like, whatever, right? Because it's common in the culture. So they're dancing, whatever, and then after they dance, she sits down and she's having her drink. And then maybe 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, comes over and he's sitting on the couch beside her, and they're just having a conversation. I don't know what they're talking about because I'm busy DJing. And but I noticed that he gets closer and closer to her, and next thing I know, he's like right very much beside her, and he's got his arm on the back of her chair, and I'm like, "Oh, hell no." So, I'm like, "Damn it." Kinda preoccupied DJing. I'm like, "Shit." And so, eventually, she gets up and goes to the island, or what I call the bar area, and he follows her. And now they are standing beside each other, and I could tell that he was really into her. And so, so I'm like, all right, it's time for the Silver Bachelor moment for me to like intervene. So that's the story, and I'm going to tell you what I did. But first, before I tell you what I did, here's the most important thing. Most guys either do one of two things. Most guys either do one, they just cower. They cower. They do nothing. They hope nothing happens, so they do nothing. Because all these things are going through their mind. They're like, oh, shit, 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 shit. What do I do? I don't want to make her feel uncomfortable. I don't want to cause a fight or some situation, whatever. So they do nothing, but that's the worst thing you could do. One of the worst things you could do. Or two, they blow up or they get aggressive, right? They're like, all like angry. They come over and they're just fucking awkward and they kill the vibe. Like they start acting all alpha, and it's clearly it's coming from a place of insecurity. Okay, so this is how you handle it, and you handle it like a champ, like I did. So what I did is I put the music on autoplay because I was like, okay, it's time for Silver Bachelor to make an impression here, and it's a big daddy moment kind of thing. So I put the music on autoplay, and I did not go over right away because I didn't want him to think, oh, he's insecure. That's why he did it. I decided to go to the restroom. So I go to the restroom, I come back, and I didn't engage with the situation first. I got made myself a drink at the bar. Then I walked over and purposely stood between them. And I put my arm around her. And I said, oh, hey, hun, would you like me to make you a drink? And she's like, no, it's okay. And I said, oh, are you having a good time? I ignored him at first. Are you having a good time? She's like, yeah. And I said, okay, great. And then I looked over to him and said, oh, hey, man, I'm Kane. And I introduced myself. And he's like, oh, and I could tell. So he saw me put my arm around her and engage with her. And I didn't even engage with him right away. So then I turn around and I start chatting with him. And I start getting to know him. But the whole time I'm talking with him, I'm like, okay, cool. You having a good time? How long you been in Atlanta? Da, 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 da. I've got my arm on her back. Okay. So eventually he got the message that we're together. And this is the critical part. I did not leave her side at that time. That time I stayed by her side and waited for him to leave. And it took a good 15, 20 minutes. But the whole time I was touching her, I was being affectionate, and I'm engaged with him 100%. I'm not really giving any attention to my girlfriend. And he obviously got the message and he knew, okay, he's not threatened by my presence. He's calm, he's smiling, he's engaging in conversation, he's not getting aggressive, and he's certainly not cowering and doing nothing. Okay. And eventually he left. And that was it. So that's the video, guys. That's how you handle a, a guy that's clearly flirting with your woman. You have no choice but to go up to that situation. And like I said, what you do, you go into the situation. Ideally, you can position yourself in between the two of you. You ignore him first. You put your hand on her somewhere and you ask her a question. Hey, babe, how you doing? And she's like, oh, whatever. And you say, would you like a drink? It depends if she has a drink or not. And she's like, no, 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 I'm good. And then you introduce yourself to the guy and have a conversation with the guy. And that's it. And you stay. You stay until he leaves. And that's how you handle a guy that's clearly flirting with your girl in front of you. But I want to hear from you guys if you have any other tips. What are some of the things that you've done in the past that have worked, have not been confrontational, and definitely have not put you in a position where you're basically just a beta and not doing anything? All right. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.